Hello and welcome to a look at a Paperboy for the Amiga, and a Thai arcade original that was converted by Elite Systems. The concept of Paperboy is relatively simple. You are a paperboy who have to deliver newspapers to your subscribers. Your subscribers are listed at the beginning of the level, and in-game they are quite clearly indicated by having mailboxes that you can try to hit with the newspapers. That alone, of course, wouldn't be challenging enough, so you have plenty potential obstacles that you can smack into or try not to smack into in order to spice things up. Only scoring points from delivering newspapers would also be boring, but thankfully Paperboy has quite the throwing arm, so he's quite capable of throwing newspapers through windows and breaking headstones and all that kind of stuff by hitting them. I don't want a punch from Paperboy, I think that will hurt. For some bizarre reason though, your subscribers are not overly keen on you delivering their newspapers through their windows, so if you do such a thing, they will immediately, for the next day at least, cancel their subscription, so you will have one less delivery that you have to make. If you do a perfect one, a perfect delivery, you will gain more subscribers, and if you deliver the newspapers either incorrectly or don't deliver them at all, you will lose subscribers. And if you ever run completely out of subscribers, the game doesn't really care if you have 1 or 20 lives, you will get sacked and instantly game over. As you reach the end of a stage, as I just showcased a moment ago in the video, you will get to a bonus section where you have a chance to score extra bonus points by throwing newspapers at targets and headstones and all sorts of other objects, and that is a bonus zone completely. If you crash or something, you will not lose alive. So ideally, of course, you want to, for maximum score, actually go through the bonus level, but no harm done if you don't. Looking at the interface, top left corner is your score. Underneath that you have your newspapers, of which you can have 8 at any given point. If you drive over newspaper stacks on the streets or roads or whatever you call them, you will refill your newspapers. Top right corner is your breakage bonus, which will increase by breaking stuff, much to no one's surprise. And the bottom mid is indicating your lives in the form of hats or caps or whatever you decide to call them. In regards to lives, some will probably argue that the Amiga version seems to be relatively generous with the amount of lives it gives you. But considering the amount of obstacles you have to deal with in this version, it is actually not that generous, as I quickly found the hard way, or discovered the hard way. From a graphical point of view, I think this game is absolutely spot on. It may not be super fantastic, amazing, whatever thing, but I don't necessarily think a game like this would benefit from photorealistic graphics. For the game's hype, and based on the arcade original, I think this looks excellent. Sound effects are quite satisfying. Breaking glass always sounds cool, I suppose, but by and large, I am very, very happy with the sound effects of this game. When it comes to the music, the bonus stage music that plays is, I can take it or leave it, but the normal in-game music I find to be very, very funky in a relaxed kind of way. It's perhaps a bit bizarre to say it that way, but it has a very, very enjoyable beat that I was quite happily listening to while playing this game. The game comes with 3 difficulty settings: easy sweet, medium sweet, and hard sweet, and I will showcase all 3 in this video. And the challenge, of course, in delivering your newspapers increases quite dramatically, but you will also get a score multiplier to compensate for you taking on the extra challenge. The controls, by the way, they are spot on. It can feel a bit odd that you spend some time accelerating and slowing down, but once you get used to it, it is perfectly fine. Something that you will likely discover very quickly is that certain of the obstacles are just waiting for you to get into a certain range of them before they start moving, which possibly can feel a bit unfair, but at the same time, there is something delightfully devious about this driver just waiting on the road for Paperboy to appear so he or she can try to smack into him, which I suppose is not something I would recommend to try in real life. But it can seem like a bit of a, I wouldn't say issue, but a frustration point, but I don't think it detracts from the game. The only minor issues I actually have with this game is the fact that the collision can be a bit overzealous, and the fact that when you are driving out on the actual road itself, you don't have an awful lot of room to maneuver. And of course, because the amount of obstacles are stacked against you, you will probably find that you don't have much space to move around them. Knowing what's coming up ahead is definitely, ahead of time even, is definitely a benefit if you want to do well in this game. It is definitely not a game I could see myself playing for hours on end, but from time to time, spending half an hour with it would be perfectly acceptable. But because something that I was rather surprised by was how much I actually enjoyed this game. I know it's a bizarre concept, but I was actually having fun. The pacing of the game, the feel of the game, the flow of the game, everything just feels spot on. And anyone who's been watching some of my older videos will know that I, some time ago, absolutely butchered Paperboy 2. But this version, the original Paperboy, is an excellent arcade conversion. Not arcade perfect. The arcade had a handlebar steering control system that wouldn't be possible to use on a home computer. But gameplay wise and enjoyment wise, it is absolutely excellent, and I fully enjoyed it. Not the most advanced game in the world, but you know what? As long as you're enjoying your time with the game, that's all that really matters. On that note, thanks for watching. Take care. See you next time. Bye bye for now.